How's it going, everyone? Welcome back to the garage. And today we are finally finishing up this surfboard. The whole thing's been repaired, patched, hot coated. I'm gonna sand it and we're gonna paint it and we're gonna surf this thing. Let's get to it. Should be a good time. While I'm prepping my sandpaper here, I just want to talk you through a little bit what my plan is with this thing. So normally when I finish a surfboard, I start right around 400 grit and work my way up through 500, 600, up to 800. And that's what I like, just how I prefer to finish my surfboards. However, with this one, since I'm going to be painting it, I don't want it to be too fine because I want to give the spray paint something to stick to. And I'm also going to be finishing it with a clear automotive acrylic. So that should give it the finish that I want out of it. So I'm just going to sand this flat using 320 grit. I could go a little bit grittier, but I also don't want it to be too rough of a surface for the spray paint to stick onto. But yeah, that's the plan. Let's get it done. Let's see what happens. All right, we are done sanding. It didn't take too long. Next step, obviously, is prep for paint. So to do that, I'm gonna shower because I'm covered in dust. I don't want to contaminate it too bad. I'm also gonna clean the board up. I'm gonna sweep all the dust off the floor here, vacuum it up. But that won't happen until tomorrow. So I'll see you in the morning.
The next morning.
All right, it's the next day. I've done my best to clean up the board itself so it's dust free. There's not as much dust in the garage either, which is good. So I'm just gonna start taping some things off. I'm gonna tape off the fins. I'm gonna tape off the logos as well, so that way we know it's an Eaton board in the future. And we're gonna get to painting. I'm gonna give it a white base with, I've got a couple little details I'm gonna add in there. And then we're gonna spray it all with this clear varnish on top of it. Should be good. Quick thing on the paint itself. I pretty much only use Montana colors these days, all of which I buy from sprayplanet.com, which if you use code SWELLSET at checkout, you'll save 10%, and it gives me a little bit of kickback as well, which is nice, so I really appreciate that. But I've used these colors and these sprays on the raw blanks before, as well as on finished products, and they've always been good. It is my first time using this sealant as well, so hopefully it works well. I'll let you know. I guess we'll all see. But yeah, let's get to it.
Three, two, one.
Here we go!
Well, if you can believe it, that is a wrap. Board is done, right? We are ready to go. I'm gonna have some fun on this thing. But overall, I have mixed feelings about this board. It was a fun project, it was good. Just in general, I have mixed feelings about painted boards, and this one I think is cool, but at the same time, I wish it could be better. I think my biggest flaw with that I have with this board is just the way it was finished, right? The way that I finished it. The hot coat definitely has some imperfections in it, and when I went to sand it flush, I didn't get it completely flush because of the imperfections in it, and then when I painted it, that really brought out all of those imperfections. And so it definitely looks a little bit rough around the edges. The spray paint went well. I could probably have used a little bit more white to really just fill it in and make it a solid white. And then also the acrylic, this guy right here. It's good, but I had no idea what I was doing when I was spraying this, and I overdid it. There's definitely some runs on the edges and the rails, but you know what? I'm gonna still have fun surfing this board.
Let's go!
We are in the car after my first surf with this guy. Sorry for the full vlog mode here. I just figured I'd record this now. But yeah, first surf, took it out to uppers. Kind of an inconsistent swell, 3 to 4 foot, most of 3 foot. And so not a ton of waves on offer. But board was fun. There's a lot of foam up front, which means I really had to paddle hard and lean really far forward when I was catching waves. But once you stood up on the board, crazy flow. It just turned on a dime. It was easy to go up and down. It was nuts. But overall, it was a fun board. I still think I need another session or two on it to really like get into it and understand the board fully. But I'm excited to do that. It was a fun board to bring back to life because this thing was pretty much doomed for the dump. But I'm glad you guys joined me on this little project, and I hope you come back to see what the future holds. Stay stoked, everybody.